Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. You are tuned into the Market Beast edition. Yes, it is your fellow compadre speaking, of course. Guys, I have a very interesting chart to show you, somewhat controversial. Please have an open mind as we go over the technical data only on this channel, on this MICROVISION stock. And if you are just joining us, welcome in. It's glad to have you here, guys. Hit the subscribe button, leave an appropriate thumb, leave a comment so that we can personally welcome you to the charts here. And your engagement helps us with the YouTube algorithm, guys. It helps us get the video out there. So we do appreciate every single one of you and your support. So let's not waste time, guys. This is going to be like a weekly, somewhat macroscopic view of the MICROVISION stock. So please have some time for me to go over this as thorough as I possibly can. And let's not waste time. Let's dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right, so today is December the 27th, 2020, and the previous close of MVIS is going to be $6.55. It's down about 1.5% for the day, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and reveal this chart for you. Have an open mind, and I'm going to explain everything here, so here we go. All right, so as you can see, we have a strong hand speculator, with the lack of a better term. That's going to be the red box area. And I'm also going to explain what the breaking news level, I'm actually going to entertain this fact a lot on the channel here. Breaking news level is going to be at about $9.56. We're going to kind of get in the crevices there so you can see what I mean when I say that. So it seems as if the market has experienced some downwards pressure, okay? The market has experienced about a 33% move to the downside, and a lot of people are saying that it is associated with some sort of news, okay? I don't listen to the news, so I don't know what it is. But one thing that I wanted to kind of break down for you guys, and hopefully that you guys will kind of get this with me. I'm going to explain it the best that I possibly can, so just stick with me here and have an open mind. So remember, the markets are completely disconnected from the fundamentals and the true potential of the actual stock in question, okay? MICROVISION here, obviously, okay? So the reason that I bring that up is because I'm going to prove to you, or try to do my best to explain the technical side of why we could have just experienced some downwards pressure in the market, okay? So this $9.56 level is considered the breaking news level for the average person who listens to the news and the fundamentals, which there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So that's what one would think as this market has experienced a 30% move to the downside, okay? Stick with me here. But as a technicals guy, I actually have an alternative reasoning as to why the market has experienced some downwards pressure. And let me just go ahead and try to paint the best picture that I possibly can for you to understand my technical reasoning as to why we could have experienced some downwards pressure in the market. So here we go. So this red box area here is obviously considered the strong hand speculators area, okay? This area was broken down into, these are the 3-month candles, by the way. So back in October 2005 is when that red candle first made its way right within this red box here, okay? So as a strong hand speculator, remember, just look at this as buyers and sellers, okay? So the buyers stepped into this market right down here at about $9.56. That is the first time, if we just zoom out, you'll see that is the first time the price ever reached that level in the history, okay? And that's going to be represented at this candle right here in July 2006, okay? So stick with me here. So since the strong hand buyers stepped into the market, they're like, okay, we're interested in this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to pump this price to the upside. And that's exactly what happened. The price broke down within this box and met the strong hand buyers at that $9.56 level. And boom, they pushed the price up to the upside. It reached as high as $40, or if you count the wicks there, $48 and about 38 cents. So they push the price up to the upside. Now the intentions of the strong hand speculators stepping into this market is to change this downtrend into an uptrend. So keep that in mind as we continue on here, okay? So we got a resistance at the top of that box. The sellers stepped in, they pushed that price right back down to the $10, just below that $10 level. And the strong hand speculators are like, okay, let's do it again. So they took the price and propelled it back to the upside, pushing the price at as high as $44, and they were met at the sellers once again at that line. But this time, the sellers pushed the price all the way back down to $10, below $10, and the strong hand speculators actually had some trouble there, and the sellers just had just too much selling pressure in the markets, and they were able to successfully break below that line. And ever since then, it just continued collapsing below that level, reaching as low as 15 cents. Now, I'm explaining this story, and hopefully I'm putting so much emphasis, or emphasizing the level rather, at $9.56, because it's important to understand that when let's call them the strong hand speculators, when they're entering this market down here at $9.56, their intentions are to change the trend to the upside. Let's just go over this really quickly. It broke down. Okay, they stepped in here, they made a high. Okay, remember, we're looking for higher highs and higher lows to change it to an uptrend. Okay, so it went down. That's it's basically a lower low. It went up, higher high. When it went down to this level, the buyers' intentions were to take the price back to the upside and make a higher high. But obviously, in hindsight here, that was not the case, because there was an immense amount of selling pressure that broke down below the $9.56 level. Stick with me here. Remember, when there's market players who have like billions of dollars in their accounts, they're not just going to take a loss on their positions as they stepped into the market to protect the price at $9.56. No, that's not how it works, guys. They don't care if the price goes all the way down to 1 penny. They're not going to get shaken out of the markets. That's why I'm considering them the strong hand speculators. What they do as an alternative is they actually set limit orders just in case the price comes back to where they stepped into the market, right here within this range at about $9.56. They would much rather just take a loss, 100% of a loss, than to take a 90% loss on their investment. And I'm going to prove that to you, because remember, if they're stepping into the markets and they're unable to take control of the markets, they just do a set it and forget it. Right at the bottom line where they stepped in, they set their sell orders right there at that $9.56 level. So I'm explaining all of this because I think that the recent downwards pressure in the market that we're experiencing is because of the strong hand speculator sell orders that they put into the market, so that they won't have to take a huge loss in their positions as it broke through the floor down here. So that huge explanation simply boils down to the previous level of support is now acting as resistance. That's it, guys. That's all we look for in the charts: support and resistance. When the support level is compromised, in most cases, it turns into resistance. Okay, it's compromised right there. It did some consolidation, and as a result of the bullish consolidation range, it went back up to the previous level of support. It's acting as resistance. That's all that's going on, guys. This is the technical explanation as to why we're experiencing a 30% move to the downside, okay? Now it gets interesting. Now that the sell orders have been fulfilled from the strong hand speculators, so to speak, they're noticing that the sell orders have been fulfilled, okay? They have exited the markets, not at a huge loss, maybe at a small loss, but now that their sell orders have been fulfilled. Now what could potentially happen is, as they see that the markets have a sufficient amount of buying interest, believe it or not, the strong hand sellers will actually step back into the market to help propel the price up to and through the $10 level. And if the markets can prove that this $10 level is a sufficient level of support after it's compromised, if it actually gets above that level, then the strong hand speculators who actually stepped into the market in this range, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to do exactly what they did when they were above the $10 level and propel the price to the upside when it can finally get back above $10. As it got above $10 and it went all the way up to $40, got rejected, went down, bounced up again, guys. So the $10 level is very important, because if the markets can prove that it's mature enough to break above and stay above the $10 level, the strong hand speculators are going to re-enter the market and help the price propel back to the upside, because they've done it already. And I've just showed you that here on the charts in between October the 5th up to April 2011. This is exactly what took place within this range. Guys, again, price action is not random. I still have my $38 price target on MicroVision. It's just a matter of time for the markets to mature, break above specific levels, hold above specific levels to prove to the markets that the market is mature enough to continue the trend to the upside. It is not in an uptrend in the higher time frames yet. It is in an uptrend on the lower time frames, I think about the weekly or something like that. So what we need to do at this point, guys, in closing here, from a 3-month, I know this is supposed to be like the weekly update, but I'm not really good at the day-to-day stuff, guys, in the weekly. But I will tell you, from a 3-month macroscopic view, if we can get a 3-month candle to close above and stay above the psychological $10 level, the strong hand market speculators, so to speak, will likely step back into the market. They have positions here, guys. Again, they've already sold most of their positions. Maybe they sold off like 50%, maybe 100%. I'm not sure. But I can tell you that if the price can get above and stay above $10, we're going to close out here, guys. The market will present a sign of maturity to propel this price significantly higher, potentially even reaching that level that we've already predicted at about $37, $38, guys. So in closing here, that's what I need to see. Let's see what time frame is that. So between January the 4th up to April the 1st, 2021, if we get a 3-month candle to get above and stay above the $10 level, I do not see why the price would have a problem reaching $37, $38. You heard it here first, guys. Leave an appropriate thumb just below the video if you guys enjoyed the content here. Leave a comment down below again before you leave there. If you're just joining us, I would like to welcome you guys into the charts. And also, we also go over the alternative markets if you guys are into like Bitcoin and altcoins and stuff like that. 7 days a week. Subscribe to the channel. Do not miss out on that content, guys. And let's close it out here, guys. Thank you for your time. Take care of yourselves. Protect your portfolios. We're going to talk very soon, and bye for now.